All right, folks, let's jump in on this reaction to this. Oh, no. Hey. Oh, please don't spill. Don't spill the drink, please. Yeah. Oh, my God. He about to spill this damn drink. He's stepping on my damn surge protector. God, dog. I mean, why has he got that cup? His cup is right there. All righty, folks. Sorry about that. Child slipping on the booty. All right, man. Washington Mystics, 81-76 winners over the Atlanta Dream. Huge win for the Washington Mystics. Back-to-back wins for the Mystics. They trailed by, I think, double digits. They trailed by 9 at the half, trailed by 4 going into the fourth. The Atlanta Dream were 9-1 this season when leading going into the fourth quarter. So a big win for the Mystics. The Mystics turned the ball over 28 times. They had 19 turnovers at halftime, and it was brutal. It was really brutal. Just bad, low IQ, low execution level basketball, bad passing, just a shit job by the Mystics, especially in the first half. And realistically, the Mystics caught a little bit of fire, even though they shot 55% from the floor and 56% from three. They caught some fire in that third from three-point range. They hit 5 threes in the third quarter. They played without Sonia Citron tonight. Shakira Austin played a very good game. 21 points, 9 of 14, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks. Solid performance by Shakira Austin. Michaela Onyenwere, largely invisible, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Kiki Irfin was a no-show for most of the game, and in the fourth quarter hit a couple of big layups to make it 78-74. She was 5 of 8 for 10 boards, but she had 5 turnovers. McMahon started in place of Sonia Citron. She had 7 points, 5 turnovers. Not a great game. Georgia Amor only played 13 minutes. Alicia Flores took most of the minutes. She played 27. But Georgia Amor did have 11 points in 13 minutes. Flores off the bench had 13, 5 of 8, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 turnovers. And I will say, I am very critical of Cassandra Prosper. But that move that Sydney Johnson made to put her in to guard Ryan Howard in those last 5 minutes, I think made a major difference. Ryan Howard had 24 going into that point, and she didn't score another bucket. And Prosper made it real difficult. Like you didn't even ask Prosper to score. You just wanted her to guard Ryan Howard. And quite frankly, she shut her down. You know, I think Ryan Howard decides to shoot threes way too much. She took 13 threes out of 20 shots. She led Atlanta with 24 points. Canada had 10, 7 assists. Alicia Gray had 17 points, 4 rebounds. You got nothing out of Sika Kone. You got 5 out of Naz Hillman off the bench net, 1 of 5. Angel Reese, 13 points, 6 of 15, 13 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 2 turnovers. But, I mean, she missed a lot of bunnies around the basket. I thought she got fouled a few times that weren't called. Olcott had 4. Borlase had 3. And for Washington on the bench, Lauren Betts, 4 points, 12 minutes, plus 6 when she's on the floor. But I'm getting more and more disenchanted with Lauren Betts' play. She's just way too passive, in my opinion. But this was one hell of a comeback. They fought their asses back. The one thing about the Mystics, they don't really quit. There's very little quit in them. You know, there's very little quit in this team. They keep on grinding. They don't go away. They make it so annoying. And they seem to be in almost every game. They seem to be in almost every game, man. Have they been blown out? Yeah, they have. They've been blown out. Everybody will get blown out at some point. I mean, the Las Vegas Aces got beat by 30. So they will be blown out occasionally, like any team in basketball, but they got blown out by the Liberty. But even then, their next game versus the Liberty, they won over the Liberty. So it's like this team they beat the Lynx by 5, they lose the Lynx by 2, and then they lose to the Sun. So I mean, they have these ebbs and flows. They lost to the Dream by 32 in Atlanta a few weeks ago. Got absolutely crushed, by the way, with Sonia Citron playing. So every game is a different story. Every game brings different challenges. And they came up with some things that worked tonight, especially in the second half defensively, to keep this game, to keep this game close. Now, they play without Citron. Citron, in my opinion, is a role player. So I don't think it's that big of a deal realistically. And quite frankly, when you have a starter not playing, you'll have people step up, and you find out what you've got. And I do think Flores off the bench played pretty well. I thought Shakira Austin played really well. And I criticize the shit out of her. But, to come back in the fourth quarter down 4, and win by 5, outscore the Dream by 9 points in the fourth. It's a big win. The Dream go to 0-4 on the road trip, 12-8 overall. The Mystics jump up to 10-9, 4-4 at home. And by the way, Ryan Howard is my sorority sister as well. And I give her tons of grief about how she plays basketball. I think Ryan Howard is as talented as it gets in this game. She is as athletic as it gets. She is as athletic as it gets. She has all the talent in the world, and she takes 13 threes. She lets people off the hook all game with how she plays. Like the constant settling for threes from her is maddening. It's maddening to me. And I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all, why she plays this way. I don't know why she plays this way. She makes herself less efficient with how she plays. With how she plays, she makes herself so inefficient. It doesn't make sense to be 6'2", 180, have that type of athletic ability, and just jack threes all game. And yes, she has those games where she hits them. And she had a little stretch where she hit them. And then she has the stretches where she doesn't hit anything. So she was 2 of 6 at one point, and then 3 of 7 to finish. But I think she was 5 of 10 at one point from 3. And so, yeah, it was just an interesting game to me. Alicia Gray goes 0 for 4 from 3. Obviously, they went 7 of 30 from 3, 23%. They're living and dying by the three-point ball. They need Brianna Jones real bad. Brianna Jones will change the Atlanta Dream Team a lot, in my opinion. They got nothing. I think Smesko does a terrible job in usage of Medina Okot. I mean, he might do a worse job with Medina Okot than Sydney Johnson does with Lauren Betts, in my opinion. When I watch Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray at times, I feel like I'm watching Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Like it's you go, I go, you go, I go, you go, I go. And now Jaylen Brown went, and now he's in Philadelphia. Even though I always thought that Jaylen Brown was the better player. There's this need in Boston to have the light-skinned black dude over the dark-skinned black dude who people view as the angry black dude because he's very serious, but brilliant as well, but serious. And you'd rather have the pretty light-skinned boy, the pretty light-skinned dude in Jason Tatum up in Boston. So, but that's how they play. They play like you go, I go all day long. And they don't play off each other. So, and I do think this team is a championship contending team when they get Brianna Jones back. Naz Hillman took a terrible 3 in the last minute or so. horrible shot. Like, what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? Makes no sense. No sense at all. But end of the day, the Mystics get a big win. Now, what's the health of Sonia Citron? I get it. Some people want to overrate Citron. Go ahead, overrate her. I've watched 19 Sonia Citron games this season, people. And she is madly inconsistent. Madly inconsistent. She disappears for chunks of action. She's not a ball handler. She doesn't make the players around her better. She turns down wide open shots when her job is to shoot. So, do they win if she plays? Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. I don't know. It doesn't shock me when teams are missing arguably their best player and win. It happens all the time. Oh, I think Sonia Citron has the ability to be something, but she doesn't have the ability here to be that. Because to be the alpha dog, the alpha female, the alpha male mentality, you need the mentality. And if your mentality isn't there, it doesn't matter how good you think she is or I think she can be, it ain't there. It just ain't there. She's not aggressive. She's very passive. And she's passive because that's how she's been for 4 years at Notre Dame as the third option for 4 years at Notre Dame. And now here you go. Brittany Sykes gets traded last year, and it's like, here we go. We need you to be the number one option. And because you won't take that mantle, you won't take that ball, well, I'm going to run the offense through Shakira Austin. I want to run it through Shakira Austin. And they do. They run their offense through Shakira Austin. Period. They do. So, and the fact that she played on a team with Olivia Miles and Hannah Hidalgo, and Hannah Hidalgo was the number one option as a freshman. I think people really need to understand how good Hannah Hidalgo is. Like, she's disgustingly good. That she can walk in as a freshman and be that number one option immediately. With Sonia Citron on that team. I mean, it's just the truth. And then you have Olivia Miles, who's the number two option. And you see what she's doing in her first 20 games in the WNBA. And whether or not she had transferred or not, I still don't think she has that mindset. It's a mindset, and she doesn't have it. I'll get to some questions after. I just want to finish this wrap up here. But you have when she returns, whenever that is, they return to the floor on Monday against the Valkyries at 7:30. We will be back here for that game. But big win for the Washington Mystics. 81-76 winners over the Atlanta Dream. You got skull drugged by the Dream a few weeks ago by 32. And you return it in big fashion. So it's a huge win for this team, in my opinion. They're back and forth every game. It is like, man, it's exhausting. I mean, you go look at their results. 5 points, 1 point. They lose to Sun by 11. 2 points Lynx, 5 points Lynx, 3 point Liberty, 7 points Sun, 22 Liberty, 1 point Tempo, 2 points Fever, 32 to the Dream, 18-point win, 5-point loss, 14-point win, 12-point loss, 23-point loss, 2-point win, 5-point loss. 3. I mean, they play so many close games, man. They play a lot of close games. So, man, salute to the Mystics on that big W. They return on Monday, and we will be back then.